The pounding echoed through my tiny Seattle apartment like thunder in a tin can, jolting me from a fitful sleep at exactly 12:47 a.m. I remember the time because the red glow of my alarm clock was the only light piercing the darkness, mocking me as I lay there, heart racing, wondering if this was the night my nightmares finally caught up. "Open up, you ungrateful bitch," Robert's voice boomed, slurred with whiskey and rage, shaking the thin walls. I'd known this man, my stepfather, for a decade. But tonight, his fury felt like a storm I'd been bracing for since I was a kid. My fingers scrambled for my phone. But before I could punch in 911, another voice cut through. Thin and trembling, "Robert. Honey, let's just go home." It was Mom, Linda, pleading from the hallway, her words laced with that familiar mix of fear and denial. The door buckled under his fists, the frame cracking like brittle bones. And there she was, visible through the peephole. Phone held high, the screen's blue light casting eerie shadows on her tear-streaked face. "Mom?" I whispered, my voice cracking. "What are you doing?" I'm recording." "Sweetie," she whimpered back. "For proof. For the lawyers." "Proof?" The word hit me like a gut punch. She was standing there, watching him try to smash his way in. And her instinct wasn't to stop him or call for help, it was to film my terror like some twisted documentary. The door gave way with a final, splintering crash, and Robert staggered inside. All 6 feet 4 inches of him reeking of cheap bourbon and that god-awful aftershave Mom bought him every Father's Day. His eyes locked on me, wild and unfocused, but sharp with hate. "Think you're too good for us now? Filling your mom's head with that therapy bullshit?" I'd left a pamphlet about domestic violence support at their house last visit, hoping she'd see it. Maybe wake up. Clearly, he'd found it first. I backed away, phone still in hand. But his swing came fast, a meaty backhand that sent me spinning into the edge of the kitchen counter. Pain exploded in my ribs, hot and sharp, as I crumpled to the floor, tasting blood. "Always so dramatic," he snarled, towering over me like a storm cloud. "Just like your mother." Playing the victim card. Through the haze, I saw Mom in the doorway, still holding that damn phone. Lips moving silently, maybe praying, maybe apologizing, but she didn't move. Didn't scream. Just recorded. His boot slammed into my side, flipping me onto my back. The world tilting as stars burst behind my eyes. My thumb mashed the emergency button on my phone, the silent SOS I'd set up months ago. Just in case. "You turned her against me," he growled, yanking me up by my hair, his breath hot and foul. 10 years I've put up with you two leeches." Sirens wailed in the distance, cutting through his rant like a lifeline. Panic flashed in his eyes. He released me, stumbling back. "You called the cops? You little shit." The police burst in before he could lunge again, tackling him to the linoleum while an officer knelt by me, checking for injuries. Fragments after that, EMTs. The ambulance ride. Mom trailing behind, still clutching her phone like it was her salvation. At the hospital. The list was clinical: cracked ribs, bruised kidney, concussion, but the rail wound was deeper, festering in my chest as I watched Mom hover in the corner, not holding my hand, not comforting me, just checking her texts, probably worried about what Robert would say when he sobered up. Lying there, morphine blurring the edges, something ignited inside me, not fear, not defeat, but a cold, calculated fury. Robert thought he'd finally broken me. Mom thought her evidence made her a hero. They had no idea they'd just handed me the key to their downfall. I'd spent 10 years playing the perfect stepdaughter, gathering scraps of proof while building my life as a social worker in Seattle, helping others escape the hell I'd grown up in. Now, It was time to turn that knowledge into a weapon. The memories flooded back as the Ford dripped, pulling me into the past. Dad died when I was 10, lung cancer. Aggressive and unforgiving. Gone in months. He was the rock. The one who taught me to ride a bike and stand up for myself. Look after your mom. Sarah, he'd whispered in those final days, his hand frail in mine. I promised. And for years. We were a team, Mom and me against the world. Surviving on frozen dinners and late-night movies to drown the grief. Then Robert Hayes entered the picture. Met at a support group for widows. Charming at first. With his easy smile and stories of losing his own spouse a lie. I later learned she'd fled his abuse. He wooed Mom with flowers and compliments. Even won me over by showing up to my soccer games. Acting like the father figure I'd craved. He makes me feel safe again, Mom confided 6 months in. Her eyes sparkling. Is that okay, kiddo? I nodded, desperate for her happiness. The wedding was simple, a backyard affair in Tacoma with barbecue and laughter. Robert pulled me aside. I'm not replacing your dad, Sarah. But I'll take care of you both. Promise. But promises from men like him are poison wrapped in sugar. The shifts started subtle. Like cracks in a foundation you ignore until the house collapses. Mom's book club nights vanished. Robert thinks it's better we spend evenings together. Her lunches with Aunt Karen faded. He wants more family time. Friends stopped calling. She shrugged it off as growing apart. Then the money, combined accounts for efficiency. Her credit cards canceled to build savings for your college. By 14, Mom asked permission for basics, like gas or groceries. He's just careful with money, she'd defend. Her voice small. Protective. Not controlling. I saw it for what it was, a noose tightening. Robert picked her outfits. That top's too flashy for a woman your age. Dictated her schedule. I don't like you out after dark. Monitored her phone, just keeping you safe. Linda. Love twisted into ownership. And Mom called it security. Forgetting the woman who'd once backpacked across Europe before Dad. I buried myself in school, volunteering for every after-school program. From debate to track. Anything to avoid home. Teachers called me driven, only my counselor, MS. Ramirez, sensed the truth. Everything okay at home, Sarah? I'd force a smile, peachy. But inside, the rage simmered. Watching Mom shrink. Her spark dimming under his thumb. High school was my escape hatch. I'd arrive at dawn. Hide in the library with the kind librarian who left coffee out. Stay until closing for study groups or events. You're burning the candle at both ends, my best friend Mia warned. I thrive on chaos, I'd lie. Knowing rehearsals kept me out till 10. Safe from Robert's moods. Home was a minefield. His tight smile meant trouble brewing. Stay silent. Eat fast. Vanish. His fake cheer demanded performance. Nod. Agree. Play along. Silence was the worst. He'd poke until you snapped. Then blame you. I became a ghost there. Visible only when needed. But he cornered me sometimes. Heard you're into social work classes, he sneered one night. Think our family's got issues? Analyzing us? Just curious, I mumbled. He blocked the door, ungrateful. After all I've done. The words stung like venom. But arguing fueled him. By junior year, I tried once more to pull Mom out. Robert was away on a business trip code for his benders. I printed articles on coercive control, shelter info, escape plans. Mom, read this. We can leave tonight. Her face paled, then hardened. How dare you? Robert provides for us. She trashed the papers, her voice shaking. Without him, we'd be nothing. That's his lie. The slap stung my cheek. Her regret immediate but hollow. I'm sorry, but you can't say that. If he heard, That's when it hit. She saw the cage but feared the wild more. Freedom terrified her. I shifted focus, saving myself. College apps to anywhere far, California, New York. But Seattle University won with a scholarship. Too pricey, Robert scoffed. Stay local. Commute. But Mom, in a rare spark, backed me. She's earned it. He relented, grumbling. The day I left, Mom hugged me tight at the bus station. Fly high. Sarah. Be what I couldn't. Come with me, I begged. She glanced at his waiting car. He's waiting. And she chose him. Again. Seattle swallowed me whole. Dorms. Classes. Freedom. Social work wasn't a degree, it was armor. Dissecting minds like Robert's in every lecture on abuse cycles. I volunteered at shelters. Seeing echoes of Mom in the women, flinches. Excuses. Loyalty to monsters. You're a natural, the director said. You get it. Because I'd lived it. Mom called Sundays. Scripted chats, house school. Fine. We skirted truths, the bruises I'd glimpsed on video calls. Her weight loss. Boyfriends came and went. None understood my distance from family. Blood's thicker than water, one said. I ended it, some blood's toxic. Grad school honed my skills, masters in social work. Focusing on trauma. I opened a practice in Seattle, helping survivors rebuild. My apartment? Fort Knox, deadbolts. Cameras. Escape routes. Paranoid? Prepared. Mom visited once. Alone. This is you, independent. This is freedom. Mom. She winced. That's when I started the file. Public records on Robert's past, divorce for cruelty, old arrests buried. Screenshots of his rants online. Financial trails. Not illegal. Just ammo. Why? Mom asked. Horrified. For when you're ready. I won't be. Then I will. His harassment ramped up, anonymous calls. Fake complaints to my office. Tickets on my car. Subtle. Unprovable. Can't pin it on him, cops said. But I knew. Voicemails escalated. You'll learn respect. One way or another. Saved. Backed up. I planted seeds, shelter brochures in places Mom went. When she called panicked, he found one. Thinks I'm leaving, I said. I can help. She hung up. Weeks later. Midnight assault. Post-hospital. I transformed. Bruises photographed professionally. Mom showed with a bag, I left. And a drive, recordings. Statements, I've been documenting too. Paralyzed. But not blind. My lawyer, Elena, assembled a team, accountant, security expert, PR whiz. Robert's lawyer, slick as oil, offered deals, counseling, medical bills. No, we uncovered fraud, offshore cash, tax evasion, assets frozen. News broke, my interview. Bruises on display. Abuse rewires you, I said. Mom filmed because he broke her instincts. Hashtag Robert Hayes abuse trended. Exes came forward. His job fired him. Threats from him traced. More charges. Civil suit, millions in damages. His brother flipped, decades of crimes. Suicide attempt? Foiled. He wanted a meeting, apology. Info on others. We went. Recorded. I'm sorry, he lied. Eyes cold. But his slips added charges. Trial, Mom testified. Study. I laid out 10 years evidence. Guilty all counts, 35 years. As they cuffed him. He lunged, you ruined me. You did. Months later. My foundation launched legal aid. Therapy. Funded by his assets. Not revenge, justice. Mom and I rebuilt. Robert rots. Mirror to his sins. I'd won, not broken. Reckoned.